Welcome back to another episode of Freedom Blueprint Podcast. I'm your host, Justin Deese. And listen, before we jump into today's episode, I wanted to share something pretty cool that we're doing. You know, one of the biggest challenges I hear from owners across the country is in finding and developing great service managers. And honestly, that's exactly why we created Service Manager Academy. This is a 12-week program to help your managers go from top performing technicians to confident leaders. In this program, they'll learn how to lead their teams, protect gross profit margin, and create a culture of accountability and success. If you want the business to run smoother and grow stronger, check out servicemanagertraining.com. That's servicemanagertraining.com. Now, let's get back to the next episode.
Let me ask you a question. When was the last time owning your business was actually fun? Not busy, not profitable, not just successful on paper, but fun. If you had to think about it for more than a second, this episode's for you.
Running a home service business is hard. So how is it that some people make it look so easy? Well, we'll tell you. This is the Freedom Blueprint Podcast. It's always good to hear the wins that successful contractors have. But have you ever thought that the best advice would be to hear about the speed bumps they encountered, the mistakes they've made along the way? We're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. We want you to be successful and avoid the mistakes others have made. Let's get this party started. Welcome to the Freedom Blueprint Podcast. Now your host, Justin Deese.
Welcome back to Freedom Blueprint Podcast. I'm your host, Justin Deese. And if you're listening to this and it's January, then Happy New Year. And if you're listening after January, I hope you're still holding strong on your New Year's resolutions or goals. Most people don't make it past February with their New Year's resolutions, but since you hang out with me on a regular basis, I am confident that you are still crushing it. In today's episode, I want to start the year with something honest and possibly a little uncomfortable to talk about. Honestly, at some point, almost every business owner gets to a point where running the business stops being fun. Actually, most owners don't even use the word fun when they describe their business. Here's why this matters, especially right now. A lot of people start the year out with goals like more revenue, more team members, more trucks, more locations, and just in general, more growth. But what if 2026 isn't about more? What if it's about better? Better clarity, better margins, better joy. Because if it's not fun anymore, it's not sustainable. And if you don't address it, your team feels it, your family feels it, and eventually your business and your family pays the price. So here's the deal. I'm not sharing this as theory. I'm not sharing this as just a basic framework. This is real life for a lot of owners that I talk to, and it's been real life for me too. And before we talk about fixing anything, before we talk about systems or changes or goals, there's one step you can't skip. Because if you don't name it, you can't fix it. And that's where this starts. First step in 2026, call it out. Call it what it is. Burnout doesn't mean you're weak. It means you've been strong for too long. Ask yourself this honestly. What part of my business do I dread right now? Not what's hard, not what's broken. What do I avoid? What do I avoid doing on a regular basis? Listen, that answer matters. Because burnout usually isn't about work. It's usually about misalignment. Second, simplify. Complexity kills joy. Too many meetings, too many rules, too many phone calls, too many questions. Honestly, just too many decisions that shouldn't be yours anymore. In 2026, simplicity needs to be a goal. Ask yourself this question often. What can I remove? Because every time you simplify, you get to step back, you get energy back, and you get some clarity. And you get some space, which is needed for so many. And that's when the fun starts to return. Here's the third, and I feel the most important one, is reconnect with your why. Now, I'm not talking about your Instagram why, not talking about your pitch deck why, I'm talking about the real one, like the real why you started your business. Why did you start your business? Did you start it for freedom, for time, providing for your family, building something meaningful, building a legacy to leave to the next generation? Somewhere along the way, that got buried under stress and schedules. Make it a goal in 2026 to dig it back up. Because when you own your business and not the other way around, the business doesn't own you, everything changes. Like I said at the beginning, this conversation isn't a theory one. I've been there. There was a season where I wasn't present. I always felt like I had to be on, and I was always carrying it. And I think you know what it is. It is the employee questions, the labor shortage issues, the material problems that people have, the customer service issues. It is all of it, and it can be daunting at times. Chris and I had to stop and ask the question, is this really what we wanted? I can remember a time asking her, I think this whole owning a business thing is a sham. I think everybody is as stressed out as we are. They just hide it better. I don't think anybody's actually having fun doing this. I think they just fake it. And that's just not the case. Listen, business is like sports. When you're winning and you're crushing it, it is fun. It brings joy. When it's dominating you and beating you, it's not fun. And again, I remember Chris and I having multiple conversations about what are we doing? Like, why are we doing this? But here's the deal. The answer wasn't to quit. Like, we didn't feel like that was an option, and it wasn't an option. We had employees that depended on us, and we had to look internally to realize that we were the problem. It was us causing the issue. The answer was to simplify. The answer was to realign and get back to the why we even started doing all these things in the very beginning. And honestly, that changed everything. That changed everything in our business. That changed everything in our lives. That changed so much for our employees and their lives as well. So listen, if owning your business has stopped being fun, call it out, simplify it, and reconnect with your why. That's not soft leadership. That's strong leadership. Here's my challenge for you in 2026 and beyond. Make this a goal. Build a business you enjoy owning again. Take 30 minutes this week and write down what's draining you, what needs to go, what has got to get off of your plate, and what needs to change. For us, we do this exercise a lot, and we'll call it start, stop, and continue. And this is an exercise we do with the team, and this is an exercise we do as well internally, which is what do we need to start doing? What do we need to stop doing? And what do we need to continue doing? Listen, one small step can make a big shift. You didn't start your business to feel trapped. You started your business for freedom. And you can get that back. Thanks for being here. Thanks for trusting me with your time. This is Justin Deese signing off from the Freedom Blueprint podcast. Let's make 2026 the year it gets fun again. Business is more fun when you're winning. Find the fun, start winning, and as always, keep crushing it.
You've been listening to the Freedom Blueprint Podcast. Information is useless if not applied. So take what you've learned and go and implement it. We hope you've enjoyed the show. If you did, make sure to like, rate, and review. We'll be back soon. But in the meantime, find us on social media at Freedom Blueprint for Home Services and hit the website at www.freedomblueprintpodcast.com. See you next time.